Proteas Women will return to action next week when they host Sri Lanka in a tour that comprises of 3 T20 internationals as well as 3 one-day internationals across Benoni, Potchefstroom, East London as well as Kimberley. Now, the series is quite significant for the Proteas as they ready themselves for the upcoming ICC Women's T20 World Cup in Bangladesh later on this year. Additionally, the ODI series will also contribute to the ICC Women's Championship 2022 to 2025 points table. Let's chat now to Hilton Moreeng, who is the head coach of the Proteas Women as they get ready to host Sri Lanka, of course, in the T20 series officially starting next week. Coach Hilton, good morning and thank you so much for your time this morning on the Weekend Report. You know, I was just thinking about, how the last 6 to 7 months have been for the Proteas Women. It's been quite a busy period. Would you agree with me?
Good morning, Rachel, and to all your viewers and listeners. I think it has been and quite exciting also because during this period we had an opportunity to see a lot of youngsters and some good performances come through to our seniors. So it has been very exciting, very competitive, and exactly what we actually were looking for in the build-up towards the World Cup.
I sort of also want to touch on that multi-format series against Australia just a few months ago. Obviously, so much positives to take out of that series. Talk to me about how important it was for you guys to actually give a good account of yourselves, because at the end of the day, the Proteas got to get a win out of the T20 series as well as the ODI series. How do you reflect on your team's performance there?
Very good. I think we played good cricket in patches. And it's a team that when we got there, the history that we had, the last time we played against them in the actual series was in 2015. So from there till now, it has only been in World Cups. And most of our World Cup games have been competitive. It showed now when we got there that it's a team we haven't won against. I think it was important for the group to understand that it's something that we had to make sure that we tick that box as a team, because it's a team that always know how to play on their conditions, always win. They know how to win when they're under pressure, to put teams under pressure. And for us to be able to bounce back, especially in the white ball series, the way everyone responded after our first games, that we didn't play well, and to take it to the last game and lose the series 2-1, which I believe in another day could have been, the result could have gone the other way. It shows growth in the squad and confidence, and then they know that they can do it, and given the opportunity against this team again, especially when you play in a one-off game. And then taking it in the test match, it was a lot of learning for everyone. I think it's something that a lot of the cricketers now are looking forward to, that format, to be able to make sure they grow and improve into it. But they enjoyed a lot. They enjoyed it a lot and they learned a lot, and they're looking forward to the next opportunity if it's presented.
All right, looking, of course, to the next opportunity, and that is, of course, Sri Lanka. But I want to touch on something you said earlier on. You spoke about youngsters, introducing youngsters in this Proteas Women setup. And it was during this period, this busy period, that we saw the introduction of Ayanda Subi, who did really well in the Bangladesh series in December. But the exciting thing is that you've added a new player. Karabo Meso also comes into this fold in the T20 series against Sri Lanka. The importance, Hilton, of introducing deserving young players into this Proteas setup, how important is that for you as the coach of this team?
No, it keeps the nucleus of the team, keep them performing. It puts them under pressure all the time. And bringing these youngsters, especially when the team is still consistently doing well, is also important because now they can learn as quickly as they can. They're surrounded by a lot of experience around them, and it can take their time actually to develop and grow within the game at their own pace because there's enough experience around them. So for us as a team, I think the better your younger group of cricketers is, the best it is for the team to consistently move forward, because in this game injuries can happen, retirements are coming. So when those things happen, the team needs to still be in a position where they can keep competing. So always a good thing, and we're always looking for those opportunities where the youngsters are, and then whoever is deserving to get an opportunity, we bring them in and see how they go. So I think, especially for the youngster now on home soil, I think it's a great opportunity for.
And you speak about the injuries. We do also understand that Ayanda Subi is out of this T20 series because she's injured. How bad is that injury? Are you able to give us an update regarding that?
No, the medical team has working around the clock regarding that, and she's promising to be back for the ODIs. And it's one of those that happen. I mean, when with fast bowlers is one of those needles that you have to make sure you manage them well, because definitely one for the future. So I think where she is now, she's on track, and busy with the rehab to make sure that she's ready for the next format.
Let's speak though about the senior players that obviously participated in the just concluded Women's Indian Premier League. Are they also returning to the fold? No injury concerns there for the likes of Laura, Chloe, Nadine, as well as Marazan?
They're all coming back and ready to go, so they're excited to be back again to make sure we can continue and finish the season on a high.
Using, of course, this T20 series, Hilton, to prepare and gear up to the upcoming ICC Women's T20 World Cup in Bangladesh in September and October of this year. How important, how crucial is it going to be for this team to win the series? And I ask that because we lost to Sri Lanka 2 years ago in a home World Cup. I remember that a 3-run loss to Sri Lanka. How important is it to win this time around against the Sri Lankan side?
We actually did touch on that as a team yesterday, regarding a team like Sri Lanka and what they're capable of, and we also haven't been happy with the way we started series so far. I think our first game of the series hasn't been ideal. It's one of those that we need to start right, and like you said, a great opportunity again to play against a subcontinent team. And we know the World Cup is on subcontinent as well, so it will help regarding planning and making sure that everyone is, especially the youngsters, getting exposure against these players in case they get an opportunity to represent the country in the World Cup in Bangladesh. So it is crucial for us, and it's why it's a lot of things that we want to tick boxes and make sure that we conclude this very, very successful series for us, this season thus far for us, and finish on a high, and hopefully we can have add to the performances that we've seen from individual players, that we can have more of those to make sure that the team stays consistent in its performances.
With that said, Hilton, are we expecting to see the Proteas Women also playing more subcontinent teams in the build-up to the World Cup?
There's always a plan, and where possible you want to play against them. So I think when you look at what our team is doing around the clock, especially from management, to see how we can plan around there, because the more you're going to play cricket, the better. So I think post this tour now, most of our tours we're looking to see if we can get out to subcontinent as well if possible, or somewhere similar, to now start focusing on that World Cup and make sure that whoever's now coming to prep understand what is required.
All right. So the Proteas Women obviously have an unbeaten record at home since 2018 in the T20s as well as the ODIs. Is that something that occupies your mind, the mind of your players, in terms of wanting to ensure that you continue with this unbeaten run on home soil, and how important it is going to be to sort of continue with that this year if there will be any series to be played on home soil?
It's not something that actually we spoke of, to be aware of. I think the last time we spoke about the home series, I think it was in 2016, that we need to start making sure that when we play at home, we become as competitive as we can, and we don't lose cricket games in front of our home crowds, because we know how difficult it is when you play abroad. So it's a proud record to have, and it's not something that we actually spend time on, dwell onto it, but just to make sure with every performance we improve. And we take pride in the way we play as a team, and to make sure the performances can become consistent, because the only way you'll grow as a team is by making sure you keep winning, and that is also attracts a lot of spectators and new youngsters that want to play the game, and while they're watching and team is winning, everybody wants to be part of it. So I think that is what we've been focusing on, and then everything else that came with it has been a bonus. So like I said, it's, like you said, you highlighted now, it's a proud record to have, and it's one we want to continue with.
Hilton, I appreciate your time this morning on the Weekend Report. All the best of luck for the series, obviously comprising as well of an ODI series. Hilton Moreeng is the head coach of the South African Proteas Women's side. They're getting ready to face off with Sri Lanka in the T20 series starting next week, Wednesday. This, of course, in the build-up to the Women's ICC World Cup later on this year.